ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray. Welcome to Just Plain Living.
Good morning. I'm Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah, we're just plain living.
What was it Julia said a couple of weeks ago? Said that this, because we've been doing this so long, this has now become assisted living instead of just plain living.
Assisted living. Yeah. There's a lovely young lady sitting over there. She's going, what am I doing here? Are these people gone crazy? Yeah, old folks gone crazy. That ought to be the name of this show.
It's amazing. But when we first started doing this, nobody ever said that to us. I'm not sure what happened. Here we are. Yeah.
Okay. I've been here longer than I don't even remember when I came here. It seems like I was just passing through.
You were passing through, and we hooked you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just kept you. I remember we got Peggy in to fill in for John one day. He was on some adventure out west, I think.
Oh, that's right. I filled in for you.
And then we just after we thought we'd just keep her then.
Jimmy looked at me and I looked at Jimmy, and we decided that you added a little bit of class to the show that it never had before. So we thought we'd better keep you a little respectability.
There haven't been a whole lot of hosts in the show for
your
the last.
Beautiful daughter. I know you.
Jenny was with us for a
Jenny
while. That's how she actually got in. She was filling in one day, and then
Lauren Foster.
And we kept her, and then I think the same thing happened to Lauren.
Yeah,
she
passing through and
passing through.
Girl, and we miss her.
Miss her, we sure do. It's
springtime.
Springtime. My head's clogged up.
Pollen everywhere. It's quite beautiful.
Oh, it's nice. It's nice. I love this warm weather.
What do you do about the allergies?
What do I do about the allergies?
Just
Kleenex.
Sniffle.
Sniffle. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't take anything for it or anything like that.
Some people wear masks.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll suffer through it before I'll walk around with a mask on.
Oh, but you look so cool.
Oh, but I look good. You're going to laugh at this, and bless her soul. I was walking through a mall in Murfreesboro one day, and I had scrubs on because when I had my heart surgery, I figured they owed me those because I probably paid for them anyway. So I had a pair of scrubs on, and I was building a warehouse at Laverne, and that's when we first had cell phones, and they were this big.
Yeah.
And had a big hard antenna sticking up. You had to wear a holster.
Yeah.
And I'm walking through the mall or a shopping center up there in Murfreesboro, and I run into Miss Goldberg. David Goldberg's mother, Sam's wife, who used to have Small World here in town, and she was a delightful lady, but she was kind of, just kind of out there. Very smart, but just out there. And she looked at me and she said, "Well, John, I didn't know you were a doctor now." Just because I had scrubs on and a cell phone. Yeah. I was a doctor.
You look legitimate.
So I said, "Oh, yeah, I'm working at Vanderbilt. I'm out here on a break. We just did a brain surgery."
I love it.
Speaking of that, I want to give a shout out to Nick Smith down at Daddy Billy's.
Yeah.
He's having they found a little problem in his cranium, and he's having some surgery tomorrow to remove a little small tumor. So good luck for him. And everybody keep him in your thoughts and prayers. And as we're talking along those lines, one of our friends and colleagues at work for years at the Legion, Linda Winkles, passed away recently.
Right.
And man, we had a lot of good times.
No, I'm telling you. Yeah. Absolutely.
And you bat your eyes and those years are gone.
Oh, it's hard to imagine because I think we worked together there for nearly 30 years, I guess. So.
And one of my mentors and friends as we passed through this deal was Nelson Forrester, and I loved Nelson. He was a great guy, smart guy, a lot of fun. And Andy has moved back here and is working at Traders Bank. Mm-hmm. And his second sister to pass away, Becky, passed away yesterday at 50 years old.
Wow.
Young.
That's tragic.
Young.
I didn't realize
that. And both of his sisters have passed away, I think. So just want to give our thoughts and prayers to the Forrester
Absolutely.
family with the passing of Becky. I know she's been fighting cancer for quite some time, and horrible thing. It's a horrible thing. Cancer is horrible thing.
I don't like to think about it.
Peggy came in today with and actually knew some sports trivia
I was so
or
excited.
information.
What do you know?
I knew about Hank Aaron and his hitting a home run that broke. Now I can't even think of it.
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth's record.
Yeah.
Hank Aaron didn't hit a home run, did he?
No, well, this is the celebration. It's been 40 years.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
this is 40,
40
years
years.
ago.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought.
Years ago. I'm sorry, I get my facts screwed up, but 40 years ago.
Yeah,
I had
Hank
not-
was a friend of Jimmy's.
I had not
Yes, he
been back in
was.
the United States very long, and so I was a big Hank Aaron fan.
Yeah, everybody was. Jimmy used to
And
hang
Jimmy
out with
hung
him.
out with him.
Yeah.
Yes, he, and of course
Hit him from the
he was a big star then, I guess, but that was in his younger days,
Yeah.
he
In Atlanta.
in Atlanta, and he lived in the motel I ran for about 4 or 5 months, I think, or something like that. But he'd come in and after ball games and just sit down and we'd talk
just
and
talk.
this kind of and he was just a regular guy, and it was
Was he running from a woman?
Probably.
The reason he was staying in my motel was because of a woman. But
That's
We don't know.
that's usually the reason.
We don't know if he was running from or running
Running to. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, he really wasn't doing anything wrong at my motel that I know of. It was just that he was there to try to get a little peace and quiet, I guess.
There you go, there you go.
But he stayed with us a good while and really was a nice fella, and
Yeah.
I enjoyed talking to him. He was registered under my name so that nobody would bother him, and that kind of thing.
Now, like his hitting that home run that beat Babe Ruth, you think the bats got bigger and better when
Well,
was out there?
no, probably.
There is
In
something
my
about the
opinion, he
strength
was
of-
probably the greatest home run hitter of all time, because now the steroids and the drugs factor into the guys are bigger and stronger now, and some of it is not really legal stuff.
Not totally legal.
But that's not to say they're all that way. But
No, I
But,
think I think baseball's really kind of tried to, at the professional
Tried to stay
level,
clean,
has
haven't they?
yeah. But I mean, I was going to say they kept the technology down. I mean, the bats there's wooden bats, aren't they?
Right, mhm.
Just like they always
Yeah.
do.
they're
And the balls,
metal in college, I think.
Right,
now,
right. But they don't they've kept that
They
major
kept it the
league
same.
stuff about sticks and balls.
sticks
Yeah.
and balls.
You know,
Yeah.
and so it's all about the person throwing it or swinging it. Mm-hmm. And and Kentucky got beat last night. I'm sure everybody knows that.
That's a phenomenal. I'm just really impressed with Kentucky, though, because what's his coach's name? Calipari.
Mm-hmm.
I think he seems to bring in these young kids. I think everybody that started last night was freshmen.
Yeah.
That's
and
amazing,
that's
isn't
just
it?
that is
In
phenomenal,
itself.
and he does that consistently. I mean, it's like his philosophy is he gets absolutely the best kids he can get to fit in his program, and they may not be there but a couple of years, and then they go pro.
Then they go pro.
Right,
But
right.
so that's probably why I think Kentucky was in the top 10, maybe even the top 5 as the season begun. But this particular group didn't quite gel as soon as he might have hoped for, and so consequently, late in the season, they weren't all that well thought of, all that highly thought of. But they finally gelled and came together as a
Right,
group,
right.
and made when you get to the final 2.
Wow, I know.
It's
But you could
and
see
lose by 6.
watching that ball game last night. It had several different times in that ball game. You could see that they were freshmen.
Oh yeah.
And the other team, the senior leadership, and the Kentucky team just played fractious.
Yeah.
And then throughout this whole thing, they've been able to come back with the last shot and win. And last night they didn't quite get there.
Can you imagine what that Kentucky team would be like if they all stayed to be seniors?
Isn't that something? I
but
know.
they won't.
No,
they
heavens
won't.
no. And
You
a lot
know.
of the talk on the talk television was they had the Fab Five from Michigan, where there had been freshmen that had done the same thing, made it all the
Yeah.
way and lost, and then they came back at sophomores and lost again. And they're comparing them to that, and they're asking this one guy, I guess it was Rose, was sitting up there, and they said, will you be mad if this freshman team wins? And he says, heavens no. He said, I've already got a best-selling novel and a best-selling movie about what we did. I've got my...
Yeah, let him play.
Let him play.
Unreal.
Couple of things we've got want to talk about real quick is the public is invited to meet the candidates at 5:30 to 8 p.m. Thursday the 17th, and that's at Manchester Conference Center, and that will be everybody's running for anything. They do that every year over there, so you can go and check them out. Speaking about baseball, Justice Sheffield pitched a no-hitter, struck out 17 against Shelbyville last night.
What a star he is.
Yeah, and let's see, they play 7 innings, so you face 21 batters. And
he struck out 17.
He struck out 17. He is an unbelievable talent.
And if you didn't watch it, did you watch the ACMs the other night?
I think I might have been directing an orchestra at that time.
It was Sunday night.
Well, then I was
You
passed
retired.
out.
You passed out after. But just it's kind of funny. I saw somebody wrote on a blog or on a Facebook about it's all about trucks.
Yeah,
Every song on there is about a truck. But duo of the year was Florida Georgia Line. New artist was Justin Moore. Single record was Miranda Lambert, Mama's Broken Heart. Song of the year, I Drive Your Truck, which was Lee Bryce, and it was written about a father who lost his son in Afghanistan, and
I have heard that.
When he just couldn't find any other way to deal with it, he would go get in his son's truck and go down a country road or tear up a field or something like that. I drive your truck. Male vocalist Jason Aldean. Group was Band Perry. Female vocalist Miranda Lambert. Album of the year was Casey Musgrave. Same trailer, different park is the name of that. The Crystal Milestone Award was Merle Haggard. Entertainer of the Year, George Strait.
I did hear that.
Amazing.
And I think that was
Actually,
great.
I watched that, and my wife commented on something about the truck song there. You mean somebody actually wrote a song about that? And I said, that's nothing. There was a hit song that somebody, I forget who recorded.
She likes my tractor.
She thinks my tractor's sexy.
Yeah.
And so, goodness.
It's all about that. But the thing about it is that Merle Haggard,
yeah.
God bless Merle Haggard. These things, they win these things, and they get up there and thank Grandma and Ma and them and Pa and them, and it goes on and on. And finally, they have to put the hook. Merle Haggard stands up there and looks at it, says thank you, turn around, walk off.
That's good enough.
We're done. I'm done.
I've always found that with people in their long speeches, nobody wants to hear it. And, it's nice, but nobody really wants to hear it.
And Merle Haggard's about 77.
Yeah, we got an X. We got to say right here, we got the X. One more thing before we X out is it is National Volunteers Week, and all kinds of stuff would never get done if it wasn't for the volunteers in our communities that help us do so many things. So give them a thanks. There you go. You're going to get a prize. Now, after this, we'll be right back with the rest of today's show. Don't you go away.
The final countdown has begun on the remaining 2013s at Russell Barnett Kia. With only a few left in inventory, these deals are amazing. Check out this 2013 Kia Sportage, yours today for $21,500 or $349 a month. That's incredible. With America's best warranty, the 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, Kia is the power to surprise. So come on down to Russell Barnett Kia and let us show you why we are #1 in customer satisfaction. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Hi, I'm Jeff Stroop, and right now through the month of April, we're going to run a spring special to clean and service your systems. It will help with operation and efficiency.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop. Give us a call with the training promotions running through May 15th with $1,100 rebate and 0% financing for 4 years.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop. I'm so glad spring is here. Thank you for all your business and your trust. God bless.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome back. I'm on the set today with Marion the librarian, and it excites me because she has some great news for you. Marion Stovall, welcome. Thanks for coming. She's the head librarian here in Tullahoma, and I know there's some big events coming up.
National Library Week is coming up, and we've got a lot going on for National Library Week. We're starting on Sunday the 12th with Share Your Story at the library.
Oh, that's cool. What does that mean?
Well, actually, it's about writer's block. And, you know, books and words are one of the things that we're about. So, you know, a lot of people aspire to write, and if you try to do that regularly, eventually you hit the wall.
And
kind of like
run
sports.
Out of words.
You run out of ideas. So we have this whole set of little writing prompts, and we're going to have a little group there, and we'll hand you a prompt and try to get you going, and then at the end we'll share.
Thing to do. Now, when is it you're going to do that?
Okay, that's going to be on the 12th, from 1 to 4.
From 1 to 4.
And like I said, at the towards the end,
that could be Saturday, 1 to 4, the 12th. Okay.
And then like I said, towards the end you can stay and share, but some people don't like to share their writing. They just do it kind of a therapy for themselves. So you can scoot on out if you want to do that. And then on the 13th, we're doing another sharing event, and I'm really excited about this one because basically it's starting at 2 o'clock. It's 2 to 3:30. And if you ever read this book and you are so excited about this book and you think we would have world peace if everyone would just read this book, and we'd all lose weight and the world would be perfect.
The world would be perfect
if we all just read this book. And I think most people who are regular readers at least have, that book they want to share.
That they'd like to share. So you're giving people
that opportunity. And it's all age groups. That's one of the things I'm excited about. So if you have your 5-year-old who has that book that they just love, and at that age most of them do, the book you've read to them 200 times, well, they can come and share it.
Wonderful.
And if you're like grandma, you will come share your book, a family event. So we're really excited about that.
That's a fun thing to do.
Yeah. And then on the 14th, we're going to be Monday, we're going to be at West Middle School from 7:30 to 8:30, and then we're coming back at pickup time so people can get library cards. We're going to be out there with computers. So
That's wonderful. This is a huge set of events. Do you have a website that people can go to and see all that lineup?
We do.
Because I'm having a hard time soaking it all into my brain.
www.lannom.org.
That'd be nice if we could put that on the screen.
Okay, we'll see what we can do about that maybe.
Okay.
And then you can check out our Facebook page. It'll all be there too.
All right. So that's good.
So like I said, we're doing West Middle School on Monday, and then on Tuesday we're doing East Middle School at the same time.
At the same time, okay.
And then Wednesday it's early voting, so we're going out to CD Stamps, and we're
just going to share some stuff right there.
Yeah, people can sign up for a library card there, because one of the things people don't know is that people who have library cards vote at a rate of 2 to 3 times the people who don't have library cards.
Exactly. I've read that somewhere, and I can't remember where.
And the other thing about that is I always tell people, everybody's entitled to an opinion, and we're happy to support that, but especially with election time coming up, you want informed opinions.
Exactly.
So,
Philip in the back here is excited about the fact that you're going to forgive some sins during Library Week.
We
you want to tell them about that?
Yes, we are. We actually have 2 ways we're going to do that. If you're from 5 to 18, you can come in anytime from the 13th to the 19th, National Library Week, and read for an hour, and we will take off your fines.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, that's for kids.
So if you owed $50 in books that you failed to return, you're going to take that off.
Now that event is just for kids.
But that's great.
Yeah, because that gives them a chance to get their fines off, if they've lost some books and they were really late. But I think what he was talking about is on Thursday, the 17th, 9 to 9, we picked one of our long days. We're doing a clean slate for a full plate.
That's good.
So what you're going to do is you're going to bring in your item that you didn't bring back, that you checked out 40 years ago, and it's well, it can't be falling apart.
Do you have room in the library for all these people that are going to come in with your books?
Realistically, we may have to park on the street,
right.
But, you bring the item back, and if you bring us some non-perishable food item, a canned
That's
item.
a nice thing.
Yeah.
And where does that go?
That's going to the local food bank, local food banks. And so for every item, you bring one item. So it's a can of peanut butter.
Okay, so if you have 20 books stashed away that you've been embarrassed to bring back, 20 items, an item per book.
Yes.
That's a fair swap out.
Yeah, it sure
Plus,
is.
it's a great cause.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful cause.
And even, like I said, the one thing about it is, it's got to be in good condition. We don't want people to get botulism for this. That would be a real bummer. So, check your expiration dates if you're going out of your own cabinet, and it's got to be in good condition. But we're really excited about that chance to give back to the community.
I think that's a beautiful idea. Who decided all this? Did you all get together as a
we
little team
kind of got together as a little team.
Do?
We used to do the Food for Fines regularly, and then that stopped. But, the economy's been bad, and, we realize people sometimes can't afford to pay those.
So now you've picked this week, the
National Library Week.
It's a good week to do it. And how long have you worked with the Lanham Library?
It is going to be 20 years in October.
Well, you'll surely have a big celebration just for you.
I don't know about that, but it kind of caught me by surprise because time really does fly when you're having fun.
And you know what? It is obvious to me that you are having fun. Your exuberance just flashes out to the community and sinks into their souls and hearts, and they're going to be anxious to get in there and get a new book.
Well, like I said, I enjoy seeing all these people. I enjoy making that connection because I do think one of the things that makes this country great is having all that access free. So many people in the world don't have that.
And there's so many studies that say children that read, well, everybody that reads, but if children start reading early enough, Dolly Parton's done a lot to help that.
Yes, she sure has.
We need to give her some credit. Have we covered the week?
We got just a couple more items.
Let's give it.
Okay, on the 16th, same day we're going to be at CD Stamps. We're also doing computer classes, basic computer skills, and Chromebook classes from 2 to 4:30 at the library. Free. Don't be embarrassed. Believe you me, we've seen it all. So if you don't know how to do this, you think a mouse is something a cat catches, come on down. We can help you out on that.
That's wonderful.
And then the other thing we want to mention that's coming up is we're doing an event for the Kentucky Derby.
Cool. What day is that? That's early May?
Yes, it's May 3rd, always the first Saturday in May. I'm a big Kentucky Derby lover. And one of the things, though, you need to get on now is we're going to have a stick horse race for grown-ups. So you come in.
Stick horses.
Yes.
I used to ride stick horses all the time on the farm.
Yeah, so, we think we've got a lot of other events going up that I'd love to talk about some other time.
You'll have to come back, Susan.
We
just don't have time for all your stuff.
But you got to register by April 25th if you're going to be in the stick horse race. So come by and do that.
That is wonderful.
And have a happy National Library
Week. Be
sure
and go to the website and get all the information you need. Susan Stovall, I've been delighted to meet you, and thank you for being our librarian. We'll be back.
Thank you.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed. By a child who never got polio. Because vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. Over the years, Rotary Club members have helped immunize over 2 billion children against polio. Soon, the world will be polio-free. Rotary. Humanity in motion.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and it's been my pleasure today that I get to talk about the wine tasting. Wine's always a good subject, and it's really a good subject when you have a lovely young lady to talk to about that as well. I'm pleased to have joining us now Sherry Glasgow, and she is with the GFWC
Centennial Women's Club.
Centennial Women's Club. That's here in Tullahoma. Tell us, before we get started about the wine tasting event, tell us about some of the things you guys do in the Women's Club.
Basically, we raise money and give it away. That's what we do. And we meet the second Tuesday of every month, except in the summer, at 6:30, and we just get together. And
Is that the women's club on Wilson Avenue
yes,
here in Tullahoma?
It sure is.
It's been around for a long, long time, I think. So yeah, okay. You guys are constantly, I know, involved in various projects, so that must kind of keep you guys busy.
Oh yes, I'm very busy right now.
Yeah. Okay, and you have an event coming up, the wine tasting event. It's coming up when now?
It's April 24th from 7 to 9.
Okay. And that's a project I guess you're doing for some charity as well.
We're doing it for the Adult Literacy Council and the Tullahoma Daycare Center.
That's a great cause there. So, and what were the times again on that event?
7 to 9.
7 to 9. So how does that work? Do you buy tickets for that?
Yes, you buy tickets. You can either get them from any members, or you can get them at Curves or Weichert Realtor. And the library actually is going to help sell tickets for us, and they're going to set up a booth. And they're $30, and the night of it's $35.
Okay. Now, is there food involved in this event as well?
There's light hors d'oeuvres. There's going to be door prizes and a silent auction.
Oh, okay. And plus all the wine you can drink.
Yes.
So how does that work? I don't know that I've actually ever been to a wine tasting.
Well, you should come and check it out this year.
Yeah, I need to see what
I've got some tickets in my purse if you need them.
So what happens at these events? Do you just get to taste various kinds of wine, or
you just walk up to the ones you want to try and pour it in your glass and try it if you like it. And we have a pamphlet where you can mark which ones you like, and you can go to the liquor locker and pick them up later.
Oh, okay. So that's I would guess then that's a good way if you're a wine connoisseur. That's a good way to check things out without having to buy the entire bottle. Yeah. Okay. So tell us about some of the other charitable events that you guys have through the year.
Well, we do a Fall Fest, and last year we gave the proceeds to Horseplay. We're also involved for Relay for Life, and people will come and ask us for things, and we'll donate to them, just different types. Last year we gave to Habitat for Humanity and 5 Loaves for Kids. We just kind of alternate the charities out of who we're going to give it to.
I see. How many members do you think are affiliated with the club?
I'd say about 40.
About 40, okay.
We're always looking for new members, so anybody is welcome to join.
Who is the president this year?
Diane Rayfield.
Diane Rayfield, okay. So if someone were interested in becoming a member, who would they contact?
They can contact any member and just show up to the clubhouse on the second Tuesday.
Oh, so you can just show up there and kind of check out and see what's going on. Yeah. So I would imagine, because you're all volunteers pretty much, and I'm sure what you're doing there, that you, for one, you're pretty young. I mean,
I'm one of the younger members.
That you probably really enjoy the fellowship of that kind of organization.
It's interesting. I've been introduced to things that I never would have been introduced to before, different types of people.
Yeah.
And we do all, I really like it.
Yeah.
It's my second year.
Oh, okay. That's great. And, I think it's interesting that you can meet all age groups of people and such, and that's pretty neat. I'm fascinated by the wine tasting thing, and I can't believe, as old as I am, that I have never been to one of those kinds of events. But is this your first one since you've been?
This is my second one.
It is? Okay. So you mentioned the liquor locker. Do they work with you?
They actually donate the wine.
Right.
So yes, and they are, I guess, co-sponsors.
Yeah, right. Okay, so you made an interesting comment there when you said, if you taste the different kinds of wine and you happen to like this one or whatever, then you can go to the liquor locker and buy a whole bottle of that sort of thing. Okay, so I guess there's an age limit. You have to be over.
Yeah, you have to be 21.
You have to be 21. You do qualify for that, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, okay. All right, okay. All right, well, it sounds like a great event, and again, you guys are involved in so many different kinds of charities here, and I know that you have been for a number of years in Tullahoma, because I can sort of remember that women's club being there for forever. So anyway, let's tell them again the date of the event.
It's April 24th at Lakewood Country Club. From 7 to 9.
Okay, 7 to 9. Okay, and again, if you want to buy tickets, you can get those tickets where, again?
You can call me, or you can go to Curves or Weichert Realtor.
What's your phone number?
It's 931-581-0996.
Oh, okay. All right, so you can give, do you get any credit if you sell a bunch of tickets?
No, I mean, it all goes to the same cost.
I was just kidding about that.
But I like to sell all the ones I have.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. There you go. That's Sherry's number on your screen there, 581-0996. So give her a call if you'd like to attend this event. Sounds like fun, Sherry.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. Everybody should come out.
Yeah, and Sherry will drive you home if you if you do too much tasting. All right, that's at the Tullahoma Women's Club. So call that number right there, and she'll tell you how you can get involved in that event. Thank you so much for coming by today. I bet it's going to be a fun event. Folks, we'll be right back in just a moment with more living.
For the past 32 years, we've had an amazing Register of Deeds, Miss Ellen Vaughn. Miss Vaughn has announced her retirement and will be leaving soon. We're going to miss her professionalism and kindness. I'm Tracy Hirschman-Weibert, candidate for the office. I know these are some big shoes to fill. My education and experience has now brought me to this place and time where I'm asking you for your vote for Coffee County Register of Deeds. Let's keep a good thing going.
Vote Weibert indeed, Coffee County's most qualified.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Excalibur limousine provided by AAA Limousine Service, and these are the South Jackson Gatsby girls starting the promotion for the Great Gatsby Gala that will be held at South Jackson June 7th, 2014. Get your party hat on, folks. It's gonna be a ball. What about it, girls?
Here's to ya.
Okay, folks, welcome back. And I tell you what, we have three great folks up here with us right now, and it is time for the 41A Festival that's held here in Tullahoma to announce their lineup. We have Jason and Hope and John here, and this is exciting time. What's happening this year?
We've got a great lineup. We've got 4 entertainers that are being heard right now on national radio.
Wonderful.
Specifically, Sirius XM The Highway has played each of our 2 Friday night end acts and our 2 Saturday night acts. They've played them extensively. And Natalie Stovall's returning this year, I think on Friday night, and she's going to be our biggest draw, we believe. she's currently got a single, Baby Come On With It, that's being played not just on Sirius XM satellite radio, but also on national radio in some large markets right now.
Right.
Her song's in the top 40 of the nationwide countdown, and she's in the top 20 on the CMT video countdown each week.
Very good. Very good. That's great. Well, so who are those other artists?
We've got Dallas Smith, who is actually from Canada. He's on a national tour in support of his debut release. He's got a song called Tipping Point, which has consistently been in the top 5 on the CMT, the Sirius XM, the Highway Countdown each week. And ironically, he bumped Glenn Templeton's ball cap out of that position, and Glenn Templeton's going to be joining us this year as well.
This year?
And the fourth one of those that I mentioned is Logan Mize. He's a boy from Kansas who has now moved to Nashville. He's recently been featured on Heart of Dixie, the TV show that's real popular right now, and he's also been featured in the background of a TV commercial that featured Hayden Panettiere, I think is how it's pronounced, from ABC's Nashville. And so he's beginning to make some waves right now.
Great.
He's got a song that was labeled a highway find by Sirius XM. His song Used Up, and it's a real catchy tune. And what we have to do when we book these, I get the input of my 18-year-old daughter. Says, this person's good. This person's good.
Of course.
And she loves
and look at that smile.
Yes.
She's been smiling through this whole thing. So you must think this is pretty exciting as well.
I think that we have a great and a really strong lineup this year, and we are all really excited about it. We have people that are well known, and we stayed within budget, so I don't think we could have asked for anything more.
You the one that keep them in budget, John?
We're just looking for the community support from business owners and individuals, and we want everybody to come out. We're getting out an early start this year. It's in September, so people have time to find us, and this lineup's going to go out on our Facebook page, and you want to give them that Facebook page, and we want people to go out there and like that and share that with their friends.
The Facebook page is 41A Music Festival Highland Rim Kiwanis Club, and that's where we'll post all the updates and what's happening. So.
And I guess there won't be any lizards or ducks this year at
None.
41A.
None.
Okay, very good.
We don't have lizards or ducks, but we are working on bringing in possibly some gator and shrimp this year.
Oh,
now
really?
It's early stages, but we're looking at making a Cajun food festival to coincide with our event.
Man, that would be great. That would be great.
Still trying to work that out.
Shrimp and grits. There's nothing better than shrimp and grits.
Yes, we talked about crawfish, but they're out of season by the time September rolls around.
They're a pain too, unless you get peeled tails that are already done.
And that's
expensive.
We're going to have some big announcements coming up.
That's great.
As we get closer.
That's great. I think that's wonderful to add some new food items to
Let me go ahead and mention who else is coming.
Oh, please.
We got some local and regional acts that people have heard of. We've got Granny Lowe that's starting things off on Friday night. Johnny Collier Band from Florence, Alabama is going to come up and play with us on Saturday afternoon. We have Rob Aldridge from Huntsville who's going to come up and do a set with his full band on Saturday morning. Then we have Fat Tuesday, who recently played over at Daddy Billy's this past weekend. And Catherine Murray is going to be our MC again this year. She's going to kick off things on Saturday with her tribute show that she does every year.
Right.
And we've already heard from 3 Dallas Smith fans from out of town who are planning to come to the show.
Great, wonderful. And I don't think we could do this right here and have this segment without giving our respects and thanks to Tommy Shelton for all the years that he has put into promoting independent music and just music as a whole, not just in Tullahoma but in this whole area, and he'll be missed.
Definitely, his impact not only on the community but our event specifically will be missed.
We have talked about doing something in Tom's honor at the festival, and we'll release more about that once we figure out our game plan.
All right. Well, folks, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. And this is the triumvirate of the 41A right here. And if you need something about that, you look at those 3 right there, find them, and they will fix you up. Sponsors needed, help needed, and participation in all ways needed. So we're getting ready for a great event in September, and we'll see you then.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
The Russell Barnett Ford family has over 300 vehicles in inventory, both new and pre-owned. With vehicles starting as low as $29.95, along with rebates and incentives up to $10,000, you will not need to look any further than the Russell Barnett Ford family. Surrounded by great attitudes and even better prices, we want to save you time and money. So look no further than Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma and Russell Barnett Ford of Winchester, or visit us on the web at russellbarnett.com. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Welcome back and get ready for an Easter egg hunt. Emma Coleman, I'm so glad to have you here
Good to be
today.
here.
And LaThomas Alexander.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for coming. And you're with A Plus Moving and Storage.
Yes, ma'am.
And you guys are the ones that's sponsoring, I got that right, the Easter egg hunt coming up.
Yes, ma'am. 30,000 eggs.
30,000
Yes,
eggs.
ma'am.
Where do you even find 30,000 eggs?
With the help of our community, they donate.
They donate?
Yes, ma'am. Without them, we couldn't have done it.
It's a wonderful, I loved what you're calling it, and I forgot, holding our community together. Pulling.
Yes, ma'am.
Why did I write down holding? Pulling our community together, and what better way than to have Easter egg hunt?
Yes,
so
ma'am.
tell me what all's planned.
Well, the event starts on April 19th, the Saturday before Easter. There'll be games starting at 11, but before that, at 9 o'clock, there's a horseshoe tournament. There's all kinds of activities.
A horseshoe tournament?
Yes, ma'am.
That's kind of an old-timey thing.
Yes, ma'am. We got to put them all in there.
horseshoe things back when I was a kid.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you give prizes for the tournament?
I think there is a $20 fee for every person that's in there, and then all that money goes up, and whoever wins the tournament gets that money.
That's wonderful.
Yes, ma'am.
Certainly isn't.
We also have all kinds of games and prizes for the kids, which every game the kid will get a prize for. And the egg event itself starts at 1 o'clock.
At 1 o'clock?
Yes, ma'am.
And is there an age limit on who can hunt the eggs?
I think 12-year-old is the last.
Yes, ma'am. 0 through 12.
Yes, ma'am.
And do you have any idea this is the second year, I know.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any idea how many came last year?
Oh, it was on
crowded.
record. Yes, ma'am, it was.
Seeing the cars and the children, and this is on Saturday,
April 19th.
Just before Easter.
Yes, ma'am.
And doesn't cost anything, right?
No, there will be some vendors there, but all proceeds go to Tullahoma Daycare. So
yeah, and I forgot to say that Emma is with Tullahoma Daycare, and we all know that they always need more money. How many children are there now?
I have 31 on roll.
31. And I know there's a lot of things that you probably need. So this is a wonderful thing for you all to do, to have this event to benefit the Tullahoma Daycare Center. Pleases me. Louis Ball would be happy too about that.
He would.
Yeah. Okay, and it's go ahead with what you were going to tell.
Well, it's at Wagner Park in Tullahoma. There will also be a cornhole tournament too. That's at the end of the egg hunt. I think it starts at 2 o'clock.
A cornhole thing. Is that where you throw beanbags through a
Yes, ma'am,
hole?
and that's for all ages.
And anybody can do
Yes,
that,
ma'am.
just about. And that's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
And there'll be a prize for that as well, just like the horseshoe tournament.
Yeah. And so, do you all plan to do this every year?
We're going to try. If we keep getting the help from our community, we're going to keep it going.
I don't know if you have other sponsors other than your business.
We have plenty of sponsors
And,
throughout Tullahoma.
that's
We have
wonderful.
restaurants, banks, people who own their own businesses. Everybody's pulling it together.
And I wanted to ask, I know it's not too long till it's coming up, but are you still looking for sponsors?
We sure are. We're taking anything and everything
And
we
so
can get.
if there were to be people wanting to sponsor, who would they call?
They would call Joe Denby at A Plus Moving and Storage. 461-0017 is the number.
Okay. There we go. Just like magic. put that down, and if you want any information concerning this, or if you would like to sponsor, or if you're just a person that wants to give some money, that's always good too, because I think there's a lot of grandparents and great-grandparents that might not could go, but would absolutely love to help support this wondrous event. And, okay.
That's all I have.
That's all you have to say?
Well,
Anything
I just want to say that we're thankful to Joe Denby and A Plus because they did a fundraiser for us last year, and it really blessed us. And this year he is partnering with us to do the concession at the Easter egg hunt. So there will be, I think...
You have concessions, you will have food to buy, and anything, whatever the proceeds make, this all goes to...
So make sure you come hungry.
Come hungry. Bring some money with you. But above all, come and join in with community fun.
Right.
I think it's a great opportunity for children to just be turned loose to hunt eggs. Are they supposed to bring their own Easter
basket?
Yes, ma'am. And so they bring a big one, because my gosh, 30,000. Did you tell me 30,000 eggs? I can't even picture where have you got them stored.
At A Plus Moving and Storage, and at Trinity Lutheran Church.
And it's going to take a huge bus to haul all of the Easter eggs. Who does the hiding?
With all of our volunteers, we've got...
Oh, I'm sorry. The Easter Bunny's out there hiding eggs. Will the Easter Bunny be there?
The Easter Bunny will be there. Hello Kitty will be there. Elmo will be there. And
my gosh.
Tweety Bird will also be there.
Tweety Bird. And
yes, ma'am.
Is somebody taking pictures so the kids can be?
Yes, ma'am. There'll be a photo center set up.
That. What a great opportunity. And so many parents that maybe don't have time to plan something wonderful like this, and then you all come through with this great affair. All right, there's the phone number. Be supportive. Don't forget the event, which is Saturday before Easter. Turn your kids loose to get 30,000 eggs.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, La Thomas.
Thank you.
And Emma.
Thank
it was
you.
great having you here.
Thank you.
And we hope you make thousands.
Thank
We'll
you.
be back with more of Living.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Have you heard that little voice that beckons you to come home to Tennessee? Well, here's your chance. Here's a property offered by its owner. It's 20 miles from the National Walking Horse Celebration grounds in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and only 10 minutes away from the Jack Daniel Distillery in Lynchburg. It's located at 769 Shipman Creek Road. This property has over a 5,300 square foot home on 45 acres, and a sprawling 200 acres is also available. Let's take a look at the house. Built in 1998, this home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This home offers wide open views, featuring the main floor with over 2,700 square feet of living room, an eat-in kitchen, a formal dining area, and a massive 20 by 19 master bedroom with a master bath and fireplace included. There is craftsmanship at every turn, solid cherry cabinets, built-in cherry shelves, and other solid cherry appointments. It's a 2-story home with 3 nicely sized bedrooms upstairs. Down a spiral staircase, the basement hosts a 40 by 40 den with a handcrafted bar. We're leaving the jukebox here, folks. The basement is a recreation room on steroids. There are too many closets to count and more than you'll ever need. There are so many places in this home to find peace that you'll seldom want to leave it. But when you do, you'll discover up to 200 acres of paved roads with city water. The property is quilted with streams, woods, ponds, and open pasture. The view from the porch alone is enough to say you're home. The property includes a 3-bay heavy construction shop and plenty of room to build stables and graze livestock. If Tennessee's been calling you home, start your journey by calling this number. A property like this comes on the market but once in a lifetime. We think you'll love it. We think you'll stay. This is a very real estate.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
Folks, this past weekend, the Scottish Society held their annual Piping on the Green, and that was at the Celtic Cup, and we dropped by to check out the festivities, everything from beautiful young ladies singing, dancing, bagpiping, weaving, sewing, and sword building, and all kinds of stuff. And we're going to bring you that video right now, Piping on the Green.
As president of the Highland Rim Scottish Society, I too want to welcome all of you here. We had a wonderful time here last year, and looks like the word got around, or you remembered, so we're pleased to have you back. The Highland Rim Scottish Society was formed in 1995, became effective in 1996, and the object was people with a common heritage wanted to get together and have a little fun, and we Scots know how to do that. So it's been in existence now for, we're getting close to 20 years. If you're thinking about your history, your family history, and you realize there's a little bit of Scotland in there somewhere, then this is where you belong. So, have a great time today, and stop by and see me.
I'm very pleased to be here and recognize National Tartan Day, which is tomorrow, and read just a portion of this document, proclamation, that I want to present to the Scottish Society. And whereas Scottish Americans have played a major role in the founding and shaping of this nation, almost half of the signers of the Declaration of Independence were of Scottish ancestry. As mayor of Tullahoma, do proclaim April 6, 2014 as National Tartan Day in Tullahoma, and encourage all citizens to attend and enjoy the Piping of the Green event, celebrating the continued friendship between the people of Scotland and the United States, and by recognizing the contributions of Scottish Americans to our nation.
When the night is falling, hear, hear the pipes are calling, loudly and proudly calling down through the glen. There where the hills are sleeping now, feel the blood a-leaping high as the spirits of the old Highland men. Towering and gallant men, Scotland, my mountain hay, I may your standards gloriously wave. Land of my high endeavor, land of the singing river, land of my heart forever, Scotland the brave.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department. Need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street. Heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing, or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
The Charter Triple Play lets you experience TV, internet, and phone the way you want with no contracts. Hooked on HD? Now over 100 HD channels available. Movie lover? Get 10,000 on-demand movies and shows. 1,500 in HD, including movies in 3D. Missing your favorite shows? Record and watch TV with DVR service for 4 rooms and over 780 hours of storage space. Get Charter TV for $29.99 a month. Photo fiend, music fan, video streamer? Switch to super fast Charter Internet and do it all with the bandwidth to support all your devices. At 30 megabits per second, Charter Internet is 10 times faster than the phone company's DSL. Get Charter Internet for $29.99 a month. Want more talk for less? Charter Phone has unlimited long-distance calling with no added fees like the phone company charges. Get Charter Phone for $29.99 a month. The new Charter Triple Play. TV, internet, and phone for just $29.99 a month each when bundled. Call 855-81-T-PLAY now.
All right, folks, we're back, and I'm glad to have with me today Mr. Tommy Anderton from Traders Bank here in Tullahoma. And Traders is accomplished something that a whole lot of banks don't get a chance to accomplish. Coming up the end of this month, they will be 125 years old under the same name. Same bank, same name. That doesn't happen much anymore, does it, Tommy?
No, we're excited about our story, and that's why I wanted to contact you so that our Channel 6 listeners could share in our excitement of our 125 years toting the Traders name since 1889. We're in the process of developing some banners and some different promotions, and we wanted our Channel 6 listeners to be part of our venue to share in the excitement of the Traders name for 125 years in today's world of mergers and acquisitions is a pretty neat story. So the bank's in good condition. We had a good first quarter. Our employees and customers make that possible. And so that's why I contacted you and Jim for purposes of telling our story. And we just want to take a 3 or 4 week period here to be thankful. We want to reflect. We want to be grateful. We want to say how much we appreciate the opportunity that we have to serve customers in the Tullahoma, Shelbyville, Winchester, and Manchester market. We have employees that have been there for years and years that have made special relationships with our customer base. and obviously our customer base is what has made it possible to continue this long. So I appreciate you allowing me to come on the next 3 or 4 Tuesdays to share different aspects of our bank and the story we're trying to tell and share with the people in the community.
Well, the bank has a lot of history, and I know you want to get into that, but I guess maybe for people like me, part of that history is the Anderton name, because your dad was involved in Traders Bank, with Traders Bank for years.
1956 to 1982, he was there for 36 years.
And then you've come on board.
I started when I was 14, wrapping coins and mowing the grass down at West Lincoln Branch, and joined this wonderful team in 2010. The bank itself was chartered in 1889. The West Lincoln Branch was built in 1965, and then we went to Winchester and Manchester in 94 and 5, and then we went to Shelbyville in 2010. So we've gradually grown to about $160 million in assets, but size isn't really what Traders is about. Traders is about relationships with people. You're a person, you're not a number, and if you ever try our service, you'll experience something really special. So we wanted to share our story in the 4 different markets that we're in, and we just think it's a unique story to be 125 years old and carrying the same name.
Well, Tommy, where was the original Traders Bank building?
Over on the corner across from Clayton Shoe Store, next to Rollins and Levan. In 1973 is when we moved to our present location. So we've been there 42 years, but prior to that we were on the corner of West Lincoln.
Where the 101 building is now.
Yes,
big
sir.
Glass, black fronted building there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I can remember that's where I originally, that's the first place that I ever did any banking. And I can remember going in, Dad taking me in there when I was about 8 years old and starting up. I went and sat down at Mr. Estle's desk, and he hooked me up and got me an account number, and I'd take my leaf raking money and yard mowing money in there and put it in my bank account right there on that corner. We need to get some pictures. I'm going to see if we can locate a few pictures
next few weeks. Okay.
Yeah, and show some of those old pictures of the things. And the bank where you are now had a very extensive and nice remodel. About
12 years ago?
I was thinking 10 to 12 years ago. Very attractive. It's a very attractive building. Great facility.
That's basically our message today, and we're going to come by each Tuesday for 3 or 4 Tuesdays to tell a different part of the Trader story. But today's story, especially during Masters Week in Augusta, Georgia, is to start by talking about tradition, the length of the name, and just how appreciative we are of the employees that serve our customers and the customers that choose to call Traders their bank.
Well, and as you and I have talked about that before, a good board of directors and good people involved in the bank is one thing, but for the average person that's doing banking business, it's those folks on the front line when you walk through the door that look at you and smile at you, call you by name, and you know that they'll take care of you and take care of your business for you in an efficient, proper manner with a smile on their face. And that's so important in today's society where so many people are disgruntled with their jobs and unhappy, to walk into a place like that and find the kind of staff that you have working in all your locations.
We don't take lightly just how blessed we are to have the wonderful employees and the customer base that we do. And that's really why we wanted to contact Channel 6 to tell our story the next 3 or 4 weeks. Is it's a time of reflection on traditions, and for us to say thank you to the communities we serve, for the customers that have allowed us to be part of their lives.
125 years.
125.
See you next week, buddy. Folks, we'll be right back after these messages. You need a bank? Go to Traders.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com, featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
This is a tree that was never chopped down to make a crutch that was never needed. By a child who never got polio. Because vaccine was never in short supply. Thanks to people whose compassion wasn't either. Over the years, Rotary Club members have helped immunize over 2 billion children against polio. Soon, the world will be polio-free. Rotary, humanity in motion.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No 2 visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
All right, folks, we're back, and last weekend, maybe it was 2 weekends ago, Keep Coffee County Beautiful had their Go Green fundraiser, and there was a bunch of guys there that they all looked alike. They had the same color shirts on, and I was told that because when they went to tune up, they were already in tune, they just all went to Walmart and bought the same shirt. But it's Dave Johnson, it's Rock Creek, the Bluegrass Boys, and it's great music. Here they come.
Ran into the devil, baby, wrote me 20 bills. Spent the night in Utah in the grave of the hills. Said I'll take my time, friend, and the devil's a friend of mine. If I can only 40 line, just might get some sleep tonight. Oh, come devil called me there. Took my $20 bill and managed to get. Said I'm really gonna take my time, friend, and the devil is a friend of mine. If I can only 40 lines, just might get some sleep tonight. Got 2 reasons why I cry, wake up slow tonight. First one stays sweet and free, she's my heart's delight. Second one is prison, baby, sheriff's on my trail. light. Second one is prison baby, chance on my trail. If you can't choose up for me, I'll spend the life in jail. Got a wife and she no baby, wanna share with me. First one said she got my child, but it don't look like me. Said I'm gonna take my time, friend, but the devil is a friend of mine. I get on before they lie, just might get some sleep tonight.
For the past 32 years, we've had an amazing Register of Deeds, Miss Ellen Vaughn. Miss Vaughn has announced her retirement and will be leaving soon. We're going to miss her professionalism and kindness. I'm Tracy Hirschman-Weibert, candidate for the office. I know these are some big shoes to fill. My education and experience has now brought me to this place in time where I'm asking you for your vote for Coffee County Register of Deeds. Let's keep a good thing going.
Vote Weibert indeed, Coffee County's most qualified.
Partners for Healing provides medical care to the working uninsured of Coffee, Franklin, and Moore counties. We are in Tullahoma from 8 to 5, Monday through Thursdays, and in Manchester on Fridays from 8 to 12. We provide primary medical care and offer an in-house disease management program.
My name is Rosie Mitchell, and I would just like to say I am blessed to have partners in my life.
Please call 455-5014 for more information. Thank you for being one of our Partners for Healing.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Excalibur limousine provided by AAA Limousine Service, and these are the South Jackson Gatsby girls, starting the promotion for the Great Gatsby Gala that will be held at South Jackson June 7th, 2014. Get your party hat on, folks. It's gonna be a ball. What about it, girls?
Here's to ya.
Okay, we're back.
We're back. I'm glad.
Julia's about to turn us over here.
That's right. That's right. John, that was a great story about Traders. 125 years coming up there. You know, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because you think about it. You think of all the banks and how they merge, and the big banks, you know, suck up the small ones and everything, and they've stayed true to their purpose for 125 years, and that's providing local service.
It's a pretty neat story there about Tom Anderton, who's now the CEO. His dad spent 36 years in that bank as well. You know, so
that's wonderful.
Yeah.
So Estill was that whole deal, man. I mean, he was sitting right there. He was on the front line.
You know, and you still go in there today, and you still see Benny Garrick, who was a one-time host of of this show here, and he's still active up there.
Hanging out.
Still hanging out up there.
Is. Hey, if y'all are in Winchester this weekend on Saturday night, you can hear South Jackson Street Band somewhere there on the square in Winchester.
Somewhere there on the square. That's
it's in a coffee shop
Peggy will
in the banquet hall in the back.
Banquet hall in the back.
Yeah.
So just ask around Winchester, folks, when you get over there. You know,
banquet hall in the back. It's the one with the pole that comes up.
You'll be the one on the pole.
On the pole. Oh me.
Oh, and Manchester, the theater there is doing Little Women this weekend. I think they opened last weekend, and great show.
No, they're opening this weekend.
Oh, they're just opening?
They waited till after Annie Get Your Gun was done.
Well, it's
they didn't want to be in
cast.
competition.
Great cast, and they were smart.
Everybody else out there needs to keep that kind of thing in mind. Look and see what other folks are doing before you plan something. And see, if you can, don't step on somebody else's toes.
Well,
and it's hard to do because everything's going on.
Everybody doesn't want to see the same thing.
Sure.
So it's nice to know you got choices.
That's true. And Gaelic Storm's coming.
No, Tartan Terrace.
Tartan Terrace.
There you go. They're pretty wild.
But they'll bring a Gaelic Storm with them.
They'll bring there you go.
So
it should be fun.
That's going to be the 25th at South Jackson.
At South Jackson.
Civic Center. So a lot going on. Appreciate it. We're going to give you just a little bit of getting ready for Tartan Terrace. We're going to show you a little more tartan here, and we're going to end up with a little bit of bagpiping and bagpipe, whistle blowing, guitar ringing, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
And Celtic dancing and
yeah, all of it, all of it. And we'll see you
fun.
next time, folks. Appreciate you.
Well, I found in my cell a glass waiting for me, and I filled what was empty, and I pulled up a stool. Money stood in the corner. Hey, old devil, wouldn't move. He said, "I drinks when you're lonely. No one drinks when I want." He said, "I'll never be sober, so why would I want that? And the drinks to be merry." But unfortunately, I'm in the wrong prison cell and the wrong company. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we can sail at 4:30, looking for a new tomorrow. Don't know when we're coming home, so we drink and we dance and we drown our sorrow. Hey, 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 lad, hey. Hey, 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 we'll drink the night away. Well, I don't know what the life in store, but it's better than this, that's why I'm willing to stake my claim on a foreign shore. My spoons and my fiddle and my half a shilling. Hey, 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 lad, hey. Hey, 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 we'll drink the night away. Well, they treat the place and I know it's true. Well, the dolphins play and it's always sunny. The girls around and the ocean's blue. Less work to do, but you make more money. Hey, 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 lad, hey. Hey, 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 we'll drink the night away. Well, we used to sail the dawn's first light and hear a Boston's whistle blowing. One more dance and one more fight and one more song while the beer is flowing. Hey, 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 lad, hey. Hey, 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 we'll drink the night away. Oh, when that sky is gray, look out to sea. When the waves are high and the light is starting. Now won't you raise a glass and think of me? Well, when I get home, boys, I'll be buying. Hey.